Hello, peaceful world. Here is another update from Ukraine from a perspective of every citizen, a young mom, and her precious poor baby, who is now sleeping in the stroller. As you can see, she looks very comfy, and I hope she is. Yeah, long time no see. I have a lot of updates. A lot of things have happened. I guess I'll start from the most recent rough period we've had, and then make some, I don't know, teasers, announcements for the future videos, and then I hope I will have a chance to shoot them. So first of all, war-wise, there was one massive attack on Kyiv recently, a week ago or so. It was very loud, but fortunately Mia did not wake up. Of course, it took place at night as always. I don't know why, but they mostly attack Kyiv at night. What happened during that attack? Two people died. Two guards at some, I don't know, warehouse at some business. Young men, 26 and 36, and a roof of a local mall was damaged pretty badly. Actually, this mall is about 20-minute walking distance from my home. That's probably the loudest explosion that we heard when the debris hit the roof. All the rockets were actually dealt with by our air defense. There were about 20 something rockets and about 16 drones that night. So, considering the ambitions of Russians, they did not achieve much, and you can consider it a waste of a lot of money and a waste of a lot of rockets. But still, these are two lives, and it matters, and this is awful. But we were not the victims in this case, so we were lucky yet again. My brother-in-law was a bit less lucky. They live on the 22nd floor, so it's a very tall building, and of course they're at a higher risk of being hit by a rocket. And they decided to take shelter in the bathroom, which is like the easiest shelter you can take. And they woke their baby up, and then they were not able to put him back to sleep. And of course, the entire day was fucked up. So I feel sorry for them as a mom because their baby is also very young. He's 1.5, my husband's nephew. So that sucks. But that's the closest this reached us, this attack. Apart from that, last week, Mia fell down with a fever, 39 plus Celsius. I do not know how much it is in Fahrenheit. You can check. I wanted to do it before the video, actually. Sorry, I just forgot. So, but it's a very high fever. It started at 11 p.m. And of course, we were terrified, but we knew about this weird disease called Razeola, and we suspected that it was it. The following morning, we had an appointment with a pediatrician, and she also suspected that it was indeed Razeola because we did not have any other symptoms. And I don't know if you know this, so Razeola, it's kind of a mild chickenpox. It's a completely different thing. So it's an illness caused by a herpes virus, and it manifests itself by a very high fever in a baby, usually under 2 years old. It lasts 3 to 4 days, and then it just disappears, and you get a rash that is not itchy, that doesn't trouble anyone, and then it vanishes, and as if nothing happened. But of course, we were not sure that that was indeed that. We were very, very scared. Mia was very, very feeble and inconsolable, and it was really, really harsh. And at the same time, of course, Charlie, my dear elderly Scotty, decided to start pooping at home. And exactly that day when Mia got sick, he pooped at home twice, and my husband was alarmed and asked me to make a vet appointment, which I was kind of reluctant to do because based on the quality of his poop and his behavior overall, I did not think that he had like a medical condition that could explain it. My best bet was that he was going nuts, senile. And so on Friday, when we rushed to the pediatrician, we also had an 11 a.m. appointment with Charlie at the vet. And so at 9:30, we had an appointment with Mia, and at 11, we rushed to the vet with Charlie. And he had an ultrasound, a general checkup, and the conclusion was the worst we could hear. He was indeed nuts. Like, none of his ailments can excuse his poop accidents. This is just him being Charlie in a new way. Unfortunately, during the ultrasound, other things came up. He now has a mass in his liver. It is fairly small. It hasn't metastasized yet, and the doctors say that there is nothing much we can do about it now. So we can keep our fingers crossed for it to stay this way for as long as possible. And if it somehow progresses, we'll have to make some choices for his treatment. For now, that's what I know. Then his gallbladder is getting worse and worse. He's been on medication for his liver and gallbladder for 6 years now. Thanks to that, he is actually so old and relatively healthy, just very old. And unfortunately, that blockage that takes place in one of the ducts is also getting worse, but like all of that is kind of expected. And the way our vet presented this news to me was very doctor-like, but also very reasonable. He's like, well, someday it had to happen. And mm, I am, of course, very upset by this news. But a couple of years ago, I lost my cat, Potts, my red cat. And I lost him due to a blood clot. It's a very common death cause for cats of any age, actually. But my cat was pretty old. He was 12. And everything happened in one day. Just, he got that blood clot. Uh, he was in pain. He vomited. He was shaken up. We brought him to the hospital at 4 p.m. and at 11 p.m. we received a call that he was leaving us and we had a chance to say goodbye, but everything was very fast and it was very traumatic. And now with Charlie, I feel like I'm blessed with this opportunity to accept the reality of his inevitable demise. And things are taken the course they always take with people and with animals. He's an elderly dog. He's a loved dog, even though he's a pooper now. And I was not like surprised or shocked when I heard the news. I kind of always expect to hear this news now because he's so old. So this did not improve my mood. But I'm glad to be informed, just to keep watching him and do the best things. So those days were rough. So I had this pooper in the house in the face of Charlie, and I also got a boober. So Mia spent entire 2 days, like 50-ish hours, just exclusively on my boob. And I could not refuse it because she was not drinking any liquids. She did not want to drink water. And hydration is the most important thing for a baby because dehydration can kill her. So I was without smoking again in this vulnerable, nervous state, and to me personally, it was very hard to just lay in bed because I was laying in bed for 2 days entirely and without any chance to distract, to think, to like walk. And I'm a very kind of energetic person. I never stay in bed. I do not like laying in bed. This is not my idea of rest or fun. It's not something I ever want to do. I absolutely hate laying in bed. So while being nervous, I was also extremely uncomfortable, thus unhappy by all of this. But fortunately, we also did some tests with Mia, urine tests, a blood test, or actually a urine test for Charlie too. So on Friday, we had a vet appointment, a pediatrician appointment, and on Saturday, we were collecting our baby's urine, which was, of course, a lot of fun, because Charlie now pees like a lady. He does not lift his leg up. And previously, it was easier to collect the urine. So I was just covered in urine entirely while I was collecting that. And then we collected Mia's urine in the special bags, and she peed all over the flat. So it was a pee pee day. But it was fine. And on a Tuesday, her fever did disappear and she got the rash. And that first day of her recovery was unbearable. She was no longer on the boob, but she was very happy. She was crying the entire day. She was very clingy, and I understand why, because she got used to being on top of me all the time, being with the boob in her mouth, and the separation anxiety was awful. And she also woke up too early, so it was a massive day. We barely survived it. But on Wednesday, she was completely fine and just, total bliss, and everything was so cool, 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 cool. And then that night, Jimin got rotavirus. And I believe most of you know that this is a kind of, poisoning, like food poisoning, when all of your orifices just explode and you have all kinds of excretions with a fever, So Usman fell down with that thing, and he was just completely falling apart. He was so miserable. I felt so sorry for him. It was just a pity to look at him and to hear him overcoming what he was overcoming. It was really, 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 really very bad, guys. And the following night, I woke up nauseous, and yeah, I needed to vomit too. But for me as a mom, it was a special challenge because as a normal baby, Mia wakes up quite often, and then he finds me and she falls asleep, or even she needs my breast to come down. So I was laying there in bed night, nauseous, really needed to throw up. I felt that like something was just stopped in my stomach. It was making me really, really sick. But I was afraid to wake up the baby because remember, I am afraid of waking her up more than rockets, you know. And I was holding up the vomit, and I analyzed her sleep pattern for like half an hour, like how she woke up, what she did next, and how much time I had between the wakes. I caught the right moment. I woke Shmin up. Like, honey, excuse me, would you please watch me? I think I need to throw up. So I went to do that, and I managed to do everything in time. She did not wake up, and after that, I thought that I was completely fine. It was not rotavirus. It was just food poisoning I got because of eating a salad, which I was riding in this park for an hour while Mia was falling asleep. And of course, if you ride with a salad for an hour and the weather is like plus 30 degrees Celsius, nothing was going to happen. So it was a very, very risky thing I did, and I faced my consequences of that reckless behavior. And I felt completely amazing once I relieved myself. Sorry for all of these awful, details, but that's the story, guys. That's how bad our days were. But unfortunately, the following morning, I also got a fever. And so for a few more days, we had a fever. We were very weak. Nobody canceled the dogs, the cat, and Mia. Fortunately, Mia is just sunshine of the house, as they say in the Wonder Weeks app. Even though according to the app, it should be her growth spurt, but no, she's just a kitty, a sunny, just my best cookie. But we were dying pretty badly. I would say that my condition was like 90% milder than men's. But we survived that as well. Today is the first day when both of us are feeling much, 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 much better. And I even had a lesson this morning. I conducted a lesson as a teacher. Woohoo! Very happy to be back on that train. And I hope things are going to pick up and we'll be back to normal. I just miss my usual routine with a little bit of work and a little bit of studies. And Juman needs to work someday as well because he had to take, a lot of sick leave days because of me and then himself. And this is really, really bad. But yeah. These are these exciting 2 last weeks, which are hopefully over because we are about to celebrate Mia's very first birthday. It's gonna take place on Wednesday, on the 6th of September. I'm already very excited. Even when I was sick, I was very excited. Of course, all of my plans, wishes, I don't know, dreams had to be kind of canceled because I'm a very celebratory person and I like to celebrate my birthday for a month. Why not? Nothing special. I just use my birthday as an excuse for a little, I don't know, favors or some stupid shopping decisions or some presents. And I wanted to have the same long celebratory period with Mia for Mia, but I haven't started yet. So I hope I will start tomorrow. I'm still very, very happy and sentimental about the day, about the event, and I want to shoot a video to share how it all took place, what went wrong, what went right. I want to record all of these memories now, even for myself, as a diary, because memories fade, and someday I think it's gonna be fun for me to look back and see, what it was like at the maternity home and the first days and weeks and months with her. So I want to do that as well. And this is a little teaser. Another teaser, the things I really wanted to share is my super amazing time of baby experience as a mom at the cinema. That was the best. I'm gonna make another video with that and an update on some, I don't know, military events, military situation in Ukraine from my students, from my acquaintances, which is less positive, not cheerful at all, and really, really very sad. But you need to know what's going on, so I'm gonna share that as well. Uh, for now, I think this is enough. You can now know that we are fine. We had a rough patch, but now it's fine. And we're very hopeful about our future. And I hope your present and future are fine as well. Let me show you Mia just once again. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, one second. I have no idea what I'm showing to you. But she has this cute little heart with the colors of the Ukrainian flag right there on her t-shirt. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. And maybe I will wear the same outfit if I manage to shoot another video with all the things I have just teased. So talk to you soon. Bye bye.